What's up, guys? So, today I'm going to discuss building a strong mind and body, at least my endeavor to do so, and what I'm currently doing to try and strengthen my mind, strengthen my body, keep myself healthy. Um, I'll tell you why, though, firstly, if this isn't something that you may think that you're interested in. I'll tell you why I'm interested in both. Well, firstly, my body. I've always been interested in changing the look or the shape of it, making it more aesthetically pleasing. Building more muscle, getting more defined, that sort of thing. Never really worried about anything else until I got a little older, and now I've got knots in my back and back problems that just come from a sedentary lifestyle. Laying on the couch too much, sitting at a desk, not being very active outside going to the gym, of course, not stretching as much as I should, all those other things, right? Led to a lot of back and body problems, like just aches and stuff, and so that's my reason for trying to keep my body strong. Aside from looking good, of course, because I mean, who doesn't want to look good, right? Whoever says they don't want to look good is just lying. Now those are my reasons for strengthening my body, keeping my body in shape. I mean, aside from longevity and just not being in pain. I mean, who wants to be in pain? And I tell you, if I'm sedentary for too long, if I don't look after myself, my back tenses up and it goes all the way up into my neck, and then I can't even turn my neck properly. It's crazy the pain that I get, and I know some of it is postural, and that's also from imbalanced workouts in the gym. Favoring specific muscles, working those glamour muscles, and not training balance. And it again comes down to not looking after my body. So I'll start with body, and then I'll go to mind, because I think ending off on mind is more important, because I feel like your mind is probably way more important than your body. I mean, you could argue that they're equal and they both of equal importance, but I might say that your mind may be just a little more important. Um, so yes, so for body, what do I do? That's more important, right? You want to know what I do. So beyond just strength training, because that's what I used to do. That hasn't changed, but I make sure that I try and go to not go to gym, but work out, strengthen my body, do something for my body every day. Try and make a habit out of it, because I noticed that if there are days that it's an off day, so I'm not training, so I don't go to gym, and maybe it's a weekend, and we're not doing anything. Maybe the weather's not good, so you know um we find ourselves sitting most of the day, or being indoors, or not being very active, watching movies, stuff like that. I do find, besides the fact that I could feel it on my body, really, I find that it has a ripple effect. I don't feel as happy. I don't feel as in tune. Whereas if I just make an effort to go to gym every day, and if I don't get to go to gym today, at least go shopping, go walking, go outside, go with my family, go to the park, and just get some sort of movement in. I won't lie, I feel much better about it. So I just sort of make that a thing now, is try and do it every day. Try and do something every day. Now, given I train, um, you know, I want to say 6 days a week, but it's an 8-day split. So I'm training push, legs, pull. Um, so push would be chest, shoulders, triceps, and then legs. And then pull would be back and biceps, and then a day off from training or strength training, and then I'll do cardio on that day. So like today, no strength training. I went to the gym, um, on the treadmill, put it on an incline, and I did a nice fast paced walk. And I did that for like 35 minutes, and I came back, and I felt like that was good enough. Um, on the weekends, if I'm not training, try just to get out a little more. So that aside, other than that, before I go to bed at night, I also, especially with my back that's been acting up, I also I foam roll. Now, this might not be for everyone, but I try and stretch a little and foam roll, and I do find that that really that really works for me. I think this is just something that you have to test out for yourself. So if you do have any specific issues, of course, get it checked out by a professional. But I found that foam rolling really helps with that too. Um, and then with regards to keeping the mind, keeping the mind all there. This one was one that I didn't prioritize as much. I was always into my body, ever since I was, a young teenager, I guess. But my mind less so. I mean, I've been into self improvement, but not really taking actionable daily steps, putting things into my routine to purposefully train my mind so that I can just be a better version of myself. Now, the reason why I do this is beyond just being a better version of myself is I needed to. So it got to a point like my anxiety was terrible, like really terrible, and it would feel like it comes from nowhere, and I would feel anxious all the time. Um, it would be a mixture of like anxiety, depression, that would come and go, of course. Sadness, like I wouldn't feel like myself. I wouldn't feel um, fun about life anymore. You know what I mean? So, and obviously that's extreme. Those are specific times, and that wasn't all the time. But the anxiety I feel over everything else trumped everything else, and that was one thing that I needed to get rid of. Just that feeling, that constant anxious feeling. Um, So yeah, I I would guess the biggest game changer for me with regards to training my mind is definitely meditating, or box breathing. Like I mean, I've always heard meditating, and how do you meditate? I never knew how. When I say meditating, all that it is it's sitting for 10 minutes, and just focusing on my breathing, but doing box breathing. So 4 seconds in, and then or 4 counts in rather, and then I hold for 4, and then out for 4, and then hold for 4, and then so it's in, hold, out, hold, so sort of box breathing, right? And then I just try and focus on that, just try and focus on my breathing for 10 minutes. And I'm not saying that it's so enjoyable and I love it. Just like with training, I don't always love training. Like I mean, there's most days where I don't feel like going to work out, but once you just get yourself in there and just get yourself started, it's so much easier just to continue, and you feel so much better once you've completed it. Now that's true for training, and it's true for meditating. I mean, even this morning I was sitting and I'm trying to sit up straight, and it is killing my back and killing my body. But I promise you, just the mere act of showing up and doing it consistently, I found like there was this unknowing, unconscious change that happened, and I sort of didn't realize it initially. And then I was like, wait, but I don't feel anxious anymore. I don't feel depressed anymore. Or you know what I mean? Like life feels better. I feel like I've leveled up my standard euphoria, my standard baseline level of happiness, and my level of stress. Stress, I say anxiety because anxiety and stress, I guess, are paired up. But stress was something that I would stress for everything and anything would really just cause me to stress out. And now I find that I it's sort of almost the opposite, which is a real good thing that things don't stress you out as much. So that's probably the biggest one. Not probably, that is the biggest one, is making sure I get my 10 minutes of meditation or box breathing in every day. Aside from that, is then I try and read. Now, I don't get this in every day, but I do audiobooks, and I find that is much easier, much more consistent. I can play that on my way, dropping my kid off at daycare, and I can get through quite a chunk without trying that hard, without taking any extra time out of my day. I do try and read on the side too if I can, but that doesn't happen every day, just to be honest. And then aside from adding new purposeful knowledge into my brain and not just social media, um, I would say the third thing that I do to train my mind is to recognize those moments throughout the day where I need to be present. I mean, we should always be present, but I mean, let's be real, that doesn't happen. But recognize those moments where I should be present, where this is a moment that I'm going to look back on one day and I'm going to miss. So be in that moment now. Whether that's reading a book with my son, or spending time with my wife, or even the things that we may find frustrating or boring or mundane. I try and remind myself and find those moments where you can appreciate the beauty. That perspective change it's life changing, to be honest. Life is just so much more enjoyable. And instead of always trying to look ahead at the next best thing, at achieving the next goal, which I am all for, I'm all future orientated. But I feel like I've often missed the gift that the present has to offer by just seeing what I don't have and what I'm currently lacking, and not the blessings that are set right before me. So appreciate those blessings while they're there, guys. But that aside, strategically put in place a routine that just slowly over time just improves your quality of life. That's my goal. So those are a few things that I am currently implementing into my lifestyle now, that I have found have already started serving me. So I thought I'll share some of that with you. If you found any of this helpful, I urge you consider giving that like and hitting that subscribe button, because I post videos daily and I'm always wanting to share tips and my experiences, and maybe, just maybe, help you guys out. Maybe speed up your progress, prevent injuries, or just provide you with some entertainment or useful tips. So let me know if there is anything that you're struggling with. I mean, leave that down in the comments. Other than that, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos when I post, because I do post daily. I'll see you guys tomorrow.